be here today. And if anybody out there is making this with me, please let me know, because I will gladly go at your pace and we'll make it all happen together. If not, just watch. We are recording it, so you can go back when you're making it some other time. Just watch it, and you can just start making some dinner and some really good summer desserts. First thing I'm going to do is a Panko crusted chicken, and it has fresh mozzarella, it has blistered tomatoes, some baby spinach in it, and then we're going to make a raspberry strawberry tiramisu trifle. A lot of words in there, right? It's tasty, though. It's really, really good. I've made it so many times already. So I love it. It's just, when I do this class, I'm so glad to have the chicken, so glad to have the tiramisu trifle as well. So everybody, my son Chris is here too. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to just type them right in, and we will answer anything. Since it's my first time doing something with your library, I will be telling you about myself and things that I do and what I've done in my past. So let's get started. Let's do some chicken first. First thing with the chicken, you can use chicken tenders, chicken thighs, chicken breast, boneless all, of course, all right? So I am using some tenders, okay? If you are making this with me, which it's sounding like nobody is because I'm not getting any comments of that, just turn on your oven to 375, okay? So what I'm going to do is just take some of the chicken tenders and just kind of lay them on this cutting board right here. And you could double this recipe, triple it, however, how many people you have in your family, you can make this work very easily. I always like to take the tenders or chicken cutlets, put them on a cutting board, a little piece of plastic right on top, and then just lightly pound it out. Kind of tenderizes it. Have a company over and you pound it out. It looks like you're giving them a lot of chicken, and you're really not. Okay. A lot of the Italian restaurants do that. You get these two really big chicken cutlets. It's one butterfly pounded out really large. You think you're getting a lot, but you're still getting one cutlet. Okay. So I am going to add in a little bit of extra virgin olive oil into this pan here. And I'm going to put in some butter as well. About 4 tablespoons of butter. Put that in there. Let that start melting down just a little bit. Now I'm going to have a little breading station, and I'm going to have some panko. Panko is really good. It really keeps the chicken really nice and crisp, whether you do it with fish, anything like that. So we're going to take a little kosher salt, put it in with the panko, and a little fresh ground black pepper. And then just give this a nice toss, just like this. Our next bowl, I have a 1/4 cup of milk, and I'm just going to put in 2 eggs. And I have done this chicken dish many times as well. Actually, I think this is my last class for the summer doing this. So I always tell everybody, I always practice on everybody else, but I'm doing it perfect for you guys today because I practice on them, you know. So I'm just going to take the milk, the eggs, just mix that really good together. And then I also want about a 1/4 cup of flour. Let's put that right in the bowl. Just a little bit more. And season it with a little kosher salt and a little black pepper again. I know us chefs love our kosher salt and black pepper, and right, you want to flavor the chicken really, really good. Okay, so we're melting this down, getting it nice and hot. I'm going to take some of the chicken right now. Get rid of this plastic because you don't want anything that touched the chicken to come in contact with anything else, just because it's raw chicken. Okay. So I am just gonna dip the chicken into the flour, into the egg, into the panko, and then into the nice hot pan. So just kind of coat that really well. Now I will be back with everybody next week, and we are going to do some sweet and spicy chicken wings. We're going to do some sweet and spicy salmon, and then we're going to do balsamic peaches over a grilled pound cake with a brown sugar whipped cream. Yes, it does have calories, the dessert. I'm sorry. Many. But the salmon is very light. Now I have more chicken here that probably after we go off the air, we will make some more, but I just want to show you exactly how to make these. I do want to make sure that my butter and oil is nice and hot, because if it's not hot and you put the mixture in the pan, the bread, you can lose your breadcrumbs, okay? So just make sure it has a little sizzle to it, but you're not burning it. Put it right in here, the panko. Press it into the chicken. And right towards the center right here. And you give it about 3 to 4 minutes per side. And then, of course, it depends on how thick you have your chicken. Okay. If anybody has any questions, comments, please let me know. Go ahead, Chris.
Gail said Meat Farms has a good price for the 101 ounce Philippe Barrio extra virgin olive oil for $15.95.
That is a very good price. Thank you, Gail. And how are you? Gail is one of my fans, and I thank you so much, Gail, for always watching. Last night we're doing a virtual summer camp, and we do it every Monday night on my Facebook, and then it's streamed to many libraries all across the country. And last night we did brookies, which is brownie and cookie. Okay. And then what was the other dish we did last night, Chris? The spaghettini with shrimp, asparagus, basil, fresh oregano. So we had a really fun time. Next week is our last week of our summer camp. We're going to do, you know, the Brazilian steakhouses, they have the Brazilian the pineapple, and they rotisserie it and they throw it on the barbecue. We're going to do that next week. And it's in like a cinnamon sugar mix. And it's really, really delicious. And then for the first time, we've been doing this since April of when COVID had started. Okay. So what we are going to do is next week, I'm going to be doing my regular class, but then I'm actually going to turn it over to Chris. I'm going to go over and hold the camera. He is going to make Korean beef bulgogi. So if you want to see that, go to my Facebook page. So Chris's first time doing it, you know, so everybody's always asking, can we see Chris? Can we meet Chris and all that? So we decided it'd be fun if I go hold the camera at the end of the class and he makes a dish. Go ahead, Chris.
Gail said just fine. Thank you. And you?
I am just fine.
Then she said, they look wonderful. Can't wait to try last night's recipes.
Great, great.
And Susan said, can't wait to see the guest chef next week. Yay, bulgogi.
Susan, your wait is over, right? Chris will be here. Yes. Okay. So this is my last piece right here. Press it in there. Keep an eye on it. Make sure that you are not getting it too dark. Okay. And just kind of shuffle them around so they evenly cook. I'm going to give this a few minutes. I have a little bit more chicken. I'm going to put them away because you do want it to stay very, very cold.
Juliet, is panko better than using regular breadcrumbs, or is it just a taste preference?
Well, if you like things on the crispier side, I would say go with the panko, okay? If you made this recipe with regular traditional breadcrumbs, it will be just fine, okay? But the panko will just give it that nice crispiness to it, okay? So we're just going to be shuffling these around a little bit. I have some baby colored tomatoes right here. Okay. I have my oven preheated to 375. I have some fresh baby spinach here as well. Okay. And if you wanted to add a little garlic later on, you certainly could. I'm going to take a couple cloves and I'm just going to kind of smash it down and then just give it a nice good chop and just have this all ready for when the chicken is in the oven finishing off. So let's just stay with the chicken and we'll do our dessert in a little while. So I'll tell you, since it's my first time really doing a class for you, tell you a little bit about myself. I wanted to become a chef when I was in 3rd grade, and I just kind of really stayed in the cooking industry. And then when I was in my junior, senior year, I went to BOCES. I did that for like 2 years. And then I never went to culinary school, to college for it, because I always said, there's so many chefs that paid thousands and thousands upon dollars that would love to teach me for free. So I learned from all the chefs that came out of culinary school, graduated and all that. So I learned that way. Then I got a college education for free. So free is free, right? So I did that. I'm just going to turn this chicken over. Okay. See what a nice crust that is there. Okay. And if your pan is a little bit bigger than the burner, which this pan is a little bit, you want to keep kind of shuffling these around so it does get that nice golden coating on the bottom. Okay. Really, really important. Okay. And then I worked in some mom and pop restaurants here on Long Island many years. I was a head lunch chef at a restaurant in Southampton when I was 18. And then I became the head chef and I did all the ordering, the hiring, the firing there, creating menus and building the business up. So we did that for about 15 years. And then something came to me and I said, I want to do something different. So what did I do? I went and I managed a toy store for 2 years. I think I wanted to just, can I do anything else but cook, you know? So I did that. And then I had children on the way, married. And I said, time to get back into the cooking. I was a personal chef for the man who created the phone book, the Yellow Book, for about 14, 15 years. And he passed away about 11 years ago. In the meantime, Hampton Bays Library, my hometown, came to me and said, would you want to do a cooking program here? I said, yeah, sure. I did it. And then I had 2 other libraries contact me. And then I said to my wife, I said, I really like doing this. So I stuck with it. I started calling all the different libraries all over first Suffolk County because that's closer to home. And when you're driving it in person, hey, that's what you do. And then I reached out to Nassau, and I have been now doing this for about 10 years. And when COVID came, see that one, that could use a little bit more. This one I could tell it's going to be nice and crisp. Look at that, right? Really good. Again, these are about 3 to 4 minutes each side. Okay, if you do need to add a little more oil or butter, feel free. Okay. So I am just going to put it on a pan just like this. Give it a quick little spray so they don't stick. I'll have that ready. Now you could take these and put them on a wire rack and just kind of let them drain a little bit, or you can put them right on the tray, get them done, and get them right into the oven. So after when COVID started, I took a little break because I said, I've been working since I've been in 3rd grade. So I was fine with it. I was like, all right, nice break. You know, I do 45,000 miles a year driving all over Long Island when I'm in person because I have classes every single day, usually 2 to 3 classes per day. And then I started reaching out to all the Long Island libraries and doing virtual cooking programs. And then I said, why not go out of state? We're virtual. So now we have done about 18 different states all over the country. And it's been fun. We've had a really, really good time with it. Go ahead, Chris.
Julie asks, are you doing any in-person cooking demonstrations at any library in the near future?
I have some in-person booked for September through December. I would say maybe about 70% in person. And then I have a lot in 2022 already, right to the end of December of 2022 in person. But we have it with the agreement where if I'm not comfortable, the library's not comfortable, or we know patrons aren't going to show up, we go right back to virtual that way too. Some libraries are going to have me do it in person and stream it virtually. So a great way to do it. And please, both of your patrons, the ones that want to be in person and the ones that want to stay home and watch it from the comfort of their living room or cook with us at home. So I am just going to take this chicken out. Okay, you want to make sure that it is cooked to 165. Okay, very important to make sure it gets cooked all the way through. Now it's not cooked all the way through right now, but that is fine because this is going to go into the oven and it'll finish cooking there.
Julie said thank you.
You are welcome,
And
Julie.
Alex, have you written any cookbooks? If so, are they available?
I have written cookbooks, and Chris, if you see it around here, you let me know. But I do have a cookbook. If anybody's interested, it's on my Facebook page. Feel free to go there. Just gonna put the chicken right here. Gonna take some of the mozzarella cheese. Okay. And just put it right on top of the chicken.
Julie asks, do you have a website?
I don't have a website, but I have a Facebook page, and my Facebook page is Simply Creative Chef Rob. So like if anybody wants to go and watch the virtual summer camp that we did last night, feel free. I do virtual food festivals every month. We have a lot of different libraries that do it with us. It is on Facebook. They go to my Facebook page and then they stream it to theirs. And I'll tell everybody in a little bit what we will be doing. Let me just get these into the oven. I want to get this cheese nice and bubbly. At the very end, I put it under the broiler, just kind of nice and bubbly. And we are going to start the tomatoes and the spinach.
Gail X. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Chris.
Gail X. Are the recipes for last night's program still available on your page?
Chris, you'd be able to answer that one, pal.
Yes, they are. They're on our Facebook page. We posted it 2 days ago. So you'll see it right on there.
Okay, so everybody, I am just going to add a little bit extra virgin olive oil. Make sure you either use a different pan or it's nice and clean. Okay, and I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of olive oil with a tablespoon of butter. And I just want to get that melted and let that start to just let we're going to start blistering the tomatoes. Even though the spinach comes washed, always wash it again, okay? Really important. And I have my garlic already done. If anybody else has any other questions, please let me know. Just gonna get rid of this. We're gonna make the sauce, put it over the chicken, and then we're gonna start the tiramisu trifle. You can see this is pretty hot. So we are gonna get those tomatoes in here. About 2 cups of the colored tomatoes, like that. Just kind of shuffle them around a little. Put in a little kosher salt. A little bit of black pepper. Now this is a really, really colorful dish. And I promise if you make this, you will absolutely love it. Go ahead, Chris.
Julie said, I usually put my chicken cutlets on a paper towel after frying them. Is that unnecessary?
No, you know what? You are taking off more grease. And you know what? I usually do the same exact thing too. So why not? Yeah, get as much grease as you possibly can off of it. That is right. Okay. Put these out here. I'm going to add in a little bit of the garlic. A couple cloves of the garlic. And you want about 6 cups of the spinach, the baby spinach. And when I do add that in a minute, you're just going to kind of do that just until it is just about wilted. Okay. So I am going to make like a small platter just to show how you could present it for dinner for your friends, family. Hopefully we can continue having friends and family over. That would be great. We all got to stay well. Again, the chicken, just stick it right under the broiler at the end and just get it nice and bubbly. And it comes up really, really good. And I'm just, again, just a couple minutes with these tomatoes. Let it get really nice and soft. Now, when we go on to the raspberry, strawberry, tiramisu trifle, if you don't like berries, use peaches. You can make it with mango. Okay, if you want to switch the berries, make it with blueberries. I've done that. I did it as fresh blueberries on for 4th of July. So it can be changed really, really good. If you like a lemon custard filling, make it exactly the way I make it. You will enjoy it. Okay. Okay, I am going to add in the spinach. And then I will check on my chicken, and that should be really close to being done. Spinach with the tomatoes and garlic, really, really good. Okay. And you're just trying to get the spinach just to where it's a little bit wilted, and that is all you need. Now, this is kind of a simple little topping that has a lot of flavor. But if you want to change this around a little bit, you want if you like it saucy and you like a little bit of maybe rice or pasta with it, if you add a little bit of white wine to this or chicken broth, add a little soft butter, gives it a little creaminess to it. So you could do that at the very end. If you like capers, artichoke hearts, add that in here as well. Okay, so you could change this around to your liking. It looks like to do a lot of nice colors to go with this. So the spinach is just about done. I'm going to go check on the chicken, just make sure it's cooked through and the cheese is all melted. Okay, so everybody, this is exactly the way it will look and the way you would present it. I'm just going to put 2 out on the plate just to show you really nice and decorative. And yeah, lots of cheese. That's the way my family likes it. Lots of cheese. And now you can either put some of this right on the side of it or right over the top of it too. Okay. To me, capers with this is really, really good. Okay. Put it right in between here. We have a children's class tonight at one at the library close by to you, and we are doing a chocolate chip cookie pizza. So what we do is we drop kits off at the library, the little grab and go kits, and then we do a Zoom class, or sometimes it's on YouTube. So this is the way it would look.
Julie, can you add capers to the tomato mixture?
Absolutely. Capers would be good. Artichoke hearts in there. If you want a little saucier, add the wine chicken broth or a little softened butter to it. Makes a nice little creamy sauce to it. It'd be perfect. So I'm just going to leave that there.
Larry said it looks good.
Thank you so much, Larry. Okay, so let's move over to the tiramisu trifle. Unless anybody has any questions or comments on this. Again, check out next week at the Bryant Library because we are doing sweet and spicy salmon, sweet and spicy chicken wings, and a grilled pound cake with balsamic peaches and a brown sugar whipped cream. Okay. Yes.
Gail said it looks wonderful. I love the freshness of the vegetables, complementing the richness of the chicken and mozzarella.
Thank you, Gail. Thanks so much.
And Rena said maybe artichoke hearts jarred in water or olive oil seasoning.
Yeah, I would prefer the ones that are in the water, the olive oil, and the marinated ones. I think it's just going to overpower it, you know, but sometimes it's a preference. You like that strong flavor, you could do that, but I would prefer something a little milder, keep it a little on the milder side.
She said thanks, just checking to verify.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm just going to cut up some berries first. Okay, so I'm using some beautiful strawberries right here. And you want to use about 1 cup to up to 2 cups of the strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, peaches, anything you want to put in here. Okay. And always wash the berries really well. Let's take out this bottom just like this here. So we have done a few in-person classes already for children. We have one next week. We are doing pumpkin cinnamon dog treats with children, and they make them and they either give them to an animal shelter or they give them to their dog, whatever they want to do with them. It's up to them. Sometimes we do it with the teens, and the teens, they get the community service then if they go give it to a shelter. So we have had a lot of fun doing this, Chris and I. Like I said, we've done about 18 different states right now. We're Kentucky, Utah. We had a lot of libraries from Arkansas do it, and then Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, right? Pennsylvania.
Julie X, what kind of knife are you using?
I'm using a paring knife. I'm just trying to get out the bottom right here. Just like that. Just kind of makes it, it's nice and sharp, but makes it the bottom come out really, really easily. And then of course the raspberries I pre-washed, and I have them on a paper towel so they are drying right now. And as far as the lady fingers, you can use the lady fingers, or you can use what I'm using today, just like it. It's these, the Marguerite cookies. Okay, any type of hard Italian biscuit cookie would work perfectly. Okay, now the down part of this dessert is I won't be able to enjoy this for 8 hours because it really does need to sit, needs to get cold. All the flavors have got to kind of come together. They all kind of drip into each other. So we got to wait 8 hours, Chris.
I know.
We can handle it.
Yes.
Okay, so I am just going to start slicing some of these berries now. Slice them on the thinner side. Okay, so it's going to go like this, nice and thin. And Julie, just in case you were wondering what knife this is, it's an offset serrated knife. I love this knife because it doesn't have that typical real big arch that an offset serrated knife has. Just a little one, so it's perfect for breads, vegetables, just slicing, dicing. It really works well.
Gail X, can you use biscotti?
Biscotti, absolutely. Yes, that would be fine.
And Julie said thanks.
You are welcome. So now, Julie, I have to ask you, have you done any in-person programs so far? Probably haven't done the cooking yet, I would think, but possibly it could be like the driving courses and things like that. Just kind of wondering where you are.
In our library, this summer, we haven't done anything in person so far at all. But starting in the fall, I believe we'll do a few programs in person, things that lend themselves to in person with not too many people gathering. We're being extra cautious. So anything that would attract a lot of participants, we would not have in person yet.
Absolutely. No, I understand it. And like one of the ideas that I came up with, I'm just going to show everybody the raspberries, put them right here with my strawberries here. So as the libraries have to be very creative and find out what the right time, the right, when do we start doing what? I had to say, all right, when am I comfortable going back into the libraries? How am I going to go about it? Because things probably never be the same again. So my thinking and the way I'm doing it starting September is when I go to a library, all the patrons will, and we're going to stagger it into little groups throughout the day, but everybody's going to bring like a to-go soup container. Going to make like an autumn soup 1 month. Okay, each month I'm doing a different dish. So they take the soup home, so they're not eating it at the library. I just thought that was the best way to kind of take baby steps, kind of getting back together again. So that was just my thinking. And hopefully January, we can get back to a little bit different and almost like how we used to do it, but we'll see what January brings. So everybody, while I leave these berries right here, I want to just take a 1/4 cup of sugar, a 1/4 cup of water, and then a 1/4 cup of fresh squeezed lemon juice. So I'm just going to cut these, and we're just going to make like a little lemon syrup for this. Put this right in here. And it will usually take about 2 to 2.5 lemons for a 1/4 cup, depending on the size. So you can always check. You're just going to make a little sugar water. You could just put this in a little pitcher, a little measuring cup bowl, and it would be just fine. The lemon throughout this, though, is so good. Just need the other half, and then that is good. I know everybody's saying, how do you know it's a 1/4 cup? It is right there, I promise you. And get one of these lemon juicers. They're so good. You get your money's worth when you do it. Well, actually, I really got my money's worth out of it because my son Chris here gave it to me as a gift. So I really did well with it. So just kind of whisk that all together. Okay, we're going to have to whisk that again, but I'm just going to kind of show everybody that. Let's leave our berries to the side. And now in a food processor, we're going to take 2 full cups of heavy cream. Please promise me you're not going to cheat and use half and half or milk. It won't come out the same. Just go for a longer walk, okay? It's really, really worth it, okay? You're going to have a light chicken dinner. Look at this. This is light, right? So you have a light dinner, then you go and you have a really bad dessert. And then some heavy cream. The heavy cream can be really expensive. I really, you learn where to shop for things. Now, I've been in a Stop and Shops and King Cullen's, and this can be $7 for this thing. I was at one of the clubs yesterday, and this is all the clubs. They're about $3.69 for one of these things. So it's half the price. It's unbelievable. So let's just pop this right into the food processor. Now you want 8 ounces of lemon curd. So you get a jar just like that. And what do they sell you? A 10-ounce jar. Okay, so you have 2 ounces to figure out what do I want to do with. So if you like your lemon, you use the whole jar. Okay, if not, you can always save it for some sort of a dessert. Make a mini one of these one day. Right, it would be good. Now, if you wanted to use the mascarpone instead of the regular cream cheese, that would be fine. Okay. Mascarpone is an Italian cream cheese. With the cream cheese, you want to have 12 ounces of it. So you have to take 1.5 of the little bricks that they sell you. Okay, so just like this. And then it has to be really soft, room temperature. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of squeeze that all out. Kind of found that to be the easiest way. I feel like when you do open it up and you do lose a lot of your money. Just gonna get this from the top right here. Put this right in here. I'll tell everybody about a class we are doing tomorrow night. So if anybody wants to watch, and you could just go to my Facebook page and you can check it out. It's Simply Creative Chef Rob. Okay, so what we're going to do is just put this on just till it's a little light and fluffy.
Oh yes. Can you make this without a food processor?
Yeah, if you're going to try it in a blender, okay, or you could take a whisk, electric beater, that would work as well too. Okay, but this, when you put it in the food processor, it basically becomes light and fluffy within seconds. So I just kind of cover this up right here. And it's a really nice texture right now. Just going to show everybody what it's like. Okay, see how that is? That's like the consistency you want. And that tastes so good. So let me just pop this off right here. Get rid of this food processor. So you could take this and put it into a little plastic cup and make mini trifles. And if you're having an outdoor party or you're having a block party, something like that, picnic, and make little mini ones, and it's really good. Put it in a clear cup because you really want to see all the different berries, the different colors. Okay, if you're traveling, put it in something like this, just like a little plastic thing. Again, you could see through. And if you're just making it for family and you're home for the night, which we are, just put it into a bowl just like this. So I'm just going to build this up. Okay. So I am going to start with these Italian biscuit cookies. And I'm just going to kind of layer them on the bottom. You can kind of always piece it together, put a little bit just right on the sides of the wall here. Now you're going to want to take some of that sugar water, and what's probably the easiest is just kind of, if you use your measuring cup, mix all that sugar around and just kind of lightly drizzle it right onto the biscuits. And you just want to soak it. I'm going to take some of this lemon cream right here, just kind of slather that right on top. This has become my wife's favorite dessert. At least she tells me. Okay, and now we're just going to top this with some berries. Take some fresh strawberries. Put some raspberries right on top. And then you just keep repeating until you run out of ingredients. And then you put plastic wrap on it, let it sit for about 8 hours. And it's so good. Put it somewhere in the refrigerator where it's a very, very cold spot. Okay, that way you get to enjoy it quicker. So I'm just going to kind of put this around like this. And then we're going to repeat it with the sugar water. So everybody, if you want to see a different class that I'm doing, and you can go to other libraries just like folks are at your library today. That's the really good thing about virtual. You can get so many people from different places. And I'm just going to drizzle this with the water. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock It's called the Taft Public Library, and it's in Massachusetts, Mendon, Massachusetts. And they have a Zoom link. So if you go to their library, just call them. They'll send it to you. And we are doing zucchini pancakes, and you will love that. Going to put more of the cream on. And then we are going to do a Creole of mussels and shrimp over rice. So that is what we are doing tomorrow. Chris and I filmed a lot of YouTube videos too for a lot of different libraries, and when we do the grab and go kits too. What was the class we did the other day? We did Sunday. We do one, Chris? Sunday or Saturday? We did one. I know. I do so much cooking, I forget what we did. Okay, now repeat this with the berries. You can't remember what we made?
Which library?
No, the YouTube video.
Oh, the YouTube
What was our last
video.
one that we did?
Can't remember.
Okay, I'll try and remember. I know the next one that we are filming, we are doing it's called Little Italy Pizza Dough. So we are doing a pizza dough, and it's a really delicious recipe that I had been making for many years when I was a personal chef. That. And now some more biscuits. Add that sugar water on top. If anybody at this point wants to unmute and ask a question, please feel free. Okay.
Julie said it's like a dessert lasagna.
Yeah, absolutely. Isn't it though? Yeah.
It reminds me of that rhythm when you put the pasta, then the sauce and the cheese, and then the meat, maybe if you have any meat, and then you start all over again.
Exactly. Like I said, until you run out of ingredients, right?
Yeah. Or it doesn't fit in the pot anymore.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
That looks delicious.
Thank you. Just wait until it like absorbs all together. It's so good like that. And I know a few of our folks that are on here tonight that are from other libraries, they have made this already. And if you ladies want to put that in the chat, you know, what you think about it, or if you substituted anything of that, please, or unmute, please.
Yeah, everybody's welcome to unmute. We'd love to hear from anybody in the audience.
Absolutely.
Gail said I need to have some right now.
You have to wait 8 hours though.
8 hours and you got to drive to my house.
Rena said I want. Oh.
If it stays longer than 8 hours, is it okay, or does it kind of have to be?
Absolutely.
Oh.
It lasts a few days.
Oh.
Rena said I want that chicken entree, and Gail said I'll do that.
Okay, so I will quit right here. And now this is where you could actually take, you have a little bit more of the water in here, just kind of let it, make sure it gets into the biscuits. And I have enough to still, as you see, make even a little bit more. Okay, so I am just going to hold up the dessert, and blueberries on top of this would look so great. And here is the entree.
Irina said, and the dessert counts as a daily fruit serving.
I know how you count, Rena. And then everybody, when it is done and you're serving it, just go like this. Take a little powdered sugar, just put it right on top, and you can hit it with just a little bit of whipped cream on top. Even though there's the cream in there, just a little something lighter on top, just you can present it really nicely too.
Looks great.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more. We have time, right? You don't know where to go, right?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you a little bit more about myself, and then what we have done is when we reached out to the different states and all that, at first, even Long Island, it was like summer on board. We didn't know what we were doing back in April and May of 2020, right? So what we did was we reached out to the other states. I got some replies, some I didn't, but it's like everything. So we just got, all of a sudden, I think it was towards July, August, we just got hit with so many out-of-state libraries. Like, can you do this virtual? And so we have been busy, so I've been keeping Chris really, really busy. And I'm so thankful to him, because if it wasn't for him, like you see how he is with the camera, he's got the questions, he zooms in on the food. He does a great job for me. We got a professional light, so everything stands out really bright for you. And whenever I did something, I always tried to do it right. I always wanted to do it right. And we did some cooking classes outside into different countries. We were in Turkey, we were in Hungary, we did Santorini, Greece, and we did a few different ones in Italy. And what we did was we taught the chefs there some things, and they turned around and taught us something. So we didn't charge each other, nothing. We just learned different things. They're using our recipes in their countries, and we're using theirs now here. I have one that's coming up the end of the month. It's called the Pasta ECC. I've done that many times, but I'm doing it at other libraries too. And pasta with chickpeas and rosemary. And I said, when I was making the recipe, I said, wow, this is going to be pretty boring to Chris on the side. And we tasted it. It was unbelievable. It was so delicious. And they showed us exactly how to turn it from one dish into where you leave leftovers in the refrigerator. The next day you turn it into a whole different dish with the same exact ingredients. So it's really, really something fun. It was really, we had a good time with it. You take a bad situation and try to make something good. And we've had some wonderful people that are watching today that watch us since day one. And we meet new people each day too. And when we do these food festivals, we did the camp. There's sometimes we've had, the one time, I think it was in February, we did the virtual food festival. We had like 270 people logged on at one time. Wow. That was the most ever. Last night, I think we had like 70 people watching, but it's summer, so, and then the comments, what was it, Chris? We had over 300 something comments and questions.
Yeah, we got
my throat was so sore that day. Oh my God. But we have multiple libraries doing it at one time.
Let's see. Gail said, Chris is amazing. Thank you. It is also fun for us to travel around the country by library and recipe.
I think it's been unbelievable. Last night, we had somebody from San Diego on there. We had people from Utah on our class. We usually have a fellow that's from Chicago, and we actually had a few people that from Italy that have watched our classes. I know when we do the Seaford Library and the Syosset Library. And again, if anybody wants to see the Taft Public Library tomorrow, it's at 7 o'clock. Just call them. They'll send you the link. Okay. And we're making zucchini pancakes. They're really good. Go good with this chicken dish right here. And then we are also doing the Creole of shrimp and mussels too. And then please go to the Bryant Library next week and spicy chicken wings, spicy salmon, sweet and spicy salmon. And then we're also doing the grilled pound cake with balsamic peaches and brown sugar whipped cream. That was one of the first dishes I ever did when I went to the library.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So if you think this dessert looks good, you'll love that, especially if you like peaches. If you don't like peaches, switch it out with berries, switch it out with mango. It'll be fine.
Rena said, I like the tip of serving the zucchini pancakes with the chicken dish.
It goes well. Yes. Yes. And everybody has, if you have a garden, you got zucchini out there. I know today you say, what can I do with it? The other day when I did an in-person class at a library, I did it with some families, and the families made chocolate zucchini bread and they take it home to bake. So everybody, thank you. Julie, thank you so much to you and your wonderful library. It's a pleasure. And I'm looking forward to next week. And I hope you all will join us each day and watch us. And I hope everybody will go to the Bryant Public Library too and check out all the things that you're offering.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks,
You-
Rob. Thanks, Chris. And everybody, check out Simply Creative Chef Rob on Facebook too. And
Thank you so much.
yeah, we hope to see you all next Tuesday, like you mentioned, at our next class with you.
Sounds great. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. So everybody have a great afternoon. Enjoy it. It's going to get hotter as the week goes on, but I went out for a walk before the class. The glasses fogged right up instantly. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Rob. It was great.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.